Buton Rinchen Drup, Tibetan. Wylie. Buton Rinchen Drub. 1290 to 1364. 11th Abbot of Shalu Monastery. Was a 14th-century Sakya master and Tibetan Buddhist leader. Shalu was the first of the major monasteries to be built by noble families of the Tsang dynasty during Tibet's great revival of Buddhism, and was an important center of the Sakya tradition. Buton was not merely a capable administrator, but he is remembered to this very day as a prodigious scholar and writer, and is Tibet's most celebrated historian. Biography. Buton was born in 1290 to a family associated with a monastery named Shemgomna, Shad Smadsgaomgnas, in the Tropu, Khro area of Tsang. His father was a prominent Nyingma Lama named Drakten Gyaltsen Pelzang, Brag Ston Gyalbiti Shandi Palbizang. D.U. His mother, also a Nyingma master, was called Sonam Bum, Bsod Nams Bum. D.U. Quote, Buton catalogued all of the Buddhist scriptures of Shalu, some 4,569 religious and philosophical works, and formatted them in a logical, coherent order. He wrote the famous book, The History of Buddhism in India and Tibet at Shalu, which many Tibetan scholars utilize in their study today. After his death, he strongly influenced the development of esoteric studies and psychic training in Tibet for centuries. The purpose of his works were not to cultivate paranormal magical abilities, but to attain philosophical enlightenment, a belief that all earthly phenomena are a state of the mind. He remains to this day one of the most important Tibetan historians and Buddhist writers in the history of Buddhism and Tibet. Panchen Sonam Drakpa, 1478 to 1554. The 15th abbot of Ganden Monastery, became known as an incarnation of the great Lama and historian Butön Rinchen Drup. See also Gentong Drakpa Gyaltsen, 1147 to 1216. Tulku Drakpa Gyaltsen, 1619 to 1656. Sources. Further reading. Chandra. Lokesh ed. The Collected Works of Buton 26 v. Artapitaka Series 64. New Delhi. International Academy of Indian Culture. 1971. Rinchen Namgyal. Drashpa. Author. Van der Boget. Hans. Translator. A Handful of Flowers. A Brief Biography of Buton Rinchen Drub. Dharamshala. Library of Tibetan Works and Archives. 1996. ISBN 81-86470-04-2. Rueg. David Seifert. The Life of Butön Rinpoche. With a Tibetan text of the Butön Rinchen Drup. Serie Oriental, Roma 34. Roma. Istituto Italiano per il Medio ed Estremo Oriente. 1966. Schaeffer. Curtis R. A Letter to the Editors of the Buddhist Canon in 14th-century Tibet. The Yigem Khan Rnams Lagi Dams Par of Butön Rinchen Drup. In the Journal of the American Oriental Society, 1 April 2004. Ergulemti Shandi Palbizang. B. 13th cent. TBRCP 155 Butön Rinchen Drup. TBRC Outline of the Collected Works of Butön Rinchen Drup. Buddhism Dictionary. Butön Rinchen Drup. Buton Rinchen Drup. Rigpa Wiki. Namgyal. Searing. September 2012. Buton Rinchen Drup. The Treasury of Lives. Biographies of Himalayan Religious Masters.